Alright guys, we're going to interrupt this video real quick. Make sure you watch the end of the video. We got something cool going on. You don't want to miss out. Alright guys, so it looks like we got some of our Black Friday shopping packages coming in. So we got some Dash 16 rubber for our intercooler setup. So from the water tank to the intercooler. We also got some Dash 10 PTFE and some Dash 8 PTFE, and I'll get into what those are for here in a second. Some Dash 16 padded clamps, some nut certs for so we can attach it to the frame and whatnot. We got our Aura-B fittings for the intercooler. We got 190 and then the other 90 for the intercooler as well. The other fittings are over on the water tank, and I'll show you that in a second. We also got our Dash 4 PTFE for our turbo oil feed. And up here, we have all of our padded clamps for the Dash 10 and Dash 8. We have two bulkhead connectors. We got one more Dash 10 coming. We got all of our PTFE for Dash 4 and fittings. We have our Dash 8s right here, and we have our Dash 10s right here. So we got our Dash 10 and Dash 8 and all the fittings you see here. All of that stuff. We got this from a company called, let's see, where's it at? Hot Rod Fuel Hose, and it's actually a Canadian company, but it's all PTFE stuff, and this was actually all cheaper than getting regular AN rubber hose stuff. So this is going to be for our fuel feed and our fuel return. So we have a Dash 8, Dash 10 feed and Dash 8 return, and I'll go and show you guys what we're gonna do and what pumps we're gonna use and whatnot. So originally we were going to be running the Holley in-tank pumps with the fuel module that they sell, but we decided not to, just because it would be pretty limited, almost up to 1,000 horsepower. So what we're going to do actually is just get the big dog Aeromotive 5 gallon per hour pump. So what we're going to do is take both of these Dash 10 sump feeds, and we're going to basically run two of them out. Two bulkhead connectors here, actually three I should say, one for the return as well. So we'll go make a plate for here, and we'll basically just sandwich it in there, and then we'll have our bulkhead fittings. And what we're going to do is take both of those Dash 10s and wire them into a block, and then have one single Dash 12 out into the Aeromotive pump, well, a filter then the pump. But that way that fuel pump has all the necessary fuel it wants to pull, and that way it can push it all the way through our Dash 10 remaining to the fuel regulator. And then obviously we'll have our Dash 8 return. So we opted for the PTFE, one, because it was cheaper than the rubber stuff on this deal. So, and also PTFE lasts quite a bit longer just because of the lining that's in there. So some people call it Teflon. I'm not even sure you're allowed to say that anymore, but all it is this basically plastic PTFE lining through steel braided hose, and it's nylon wrapped. So it's pretty nice stuff so far. I mean, I haven't really got into it just yet, but I mean, everything looks pretty quality. I mean, all the fittings look really nice. All the ferrules on the fittings. I'll go ahead and show you guys that. I mean, all these look pretty nice as well. So there's not really any excessive burrs. They have the nice two little lips in there. So I've seen a couple of these where they're pretty subpar, I should say, and they don't really work that well. So, and if you guys don't know, you put this ferrule on over that PTFE, that plastic liner, and then what you do is just shove the male portion of the fitting into that, and then this will already be on the hose, and what you do is just assemble it like that. Same way as a regular AN, let's see, rubber hose, like this guy. But as you can see, it's kind of like a built-in compression fitting on this one. So it's just one extra step you got to do is use the ferrule on the PTFE, and there's no ferrule. It's almost kind of built in, if you could call it. That's pretty exciting. Austin and I are going to start routing the water lines up to the front of the car. We're going to run them on the driver's side of the car. We're going to run the fuel on the passenger side of the car. So we're not going to do the fuel just because we don't have the pump, we don't have the filters, we don't have our Y block, we don't have our flex fuel sensor, we don't have any of that yet. So what we're going to do is hold off on all the fuel stuff, probably get that on over here shortly, and then go ahead and start running all the water lines. And actually I think we're going to put some power to that pump and actually just just pump all the crap that's in the lines and in the pump and in the box, pump it all out. So you guys see that in a minute. Quick overview, we'll have our 2 feeds for our air motive pump there. We have our 1 return -10, which we'll have to kind of reduce down to -8, no big deal. And then here is our rollover valve. So we have a -10 to -8 rollover valve because these are almost impossible to find in -10 and they're super expensive. So we're gonna run this one, it's a little cheaper. We'll see how it works. And we'll probably put a few loops in that and run it down either through the floor in the center, or what we can do is actually loop it back and go through this hole. So, and all the water lines will go through this hole, so both of them will fit in there. So we have this nice little kind of sheathing material, little kind of guard, just so that it doesn't really rub and get all messed up. And then obviously here is our 1¼ inch NPT pipe thread fittings for our shear fat box. And then this is also the Davis Craig water pump. So everything right here is all set up. I PTFE pasted both of those just so we don't have any leakage. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get everything lined up, get everything hooked up, run it underneath the car full length, probably hook it up to a bucket full of water, and pump all the junk out of it. All right, so here it is coming out of the hole. We got a nice little sweep. We're gonna make a bracket for that bolt right there for the ice box. Up and over. Again, keeping it nice and tucked. Got good angles on everything. We got some water lines ran, a bunch of clamps. We're just using self-tappers for right now. Ran into a little predicament with our nut certs being 10 by 32, and no one sells a 10 by 32 nut cert tool, at least we can find. So we should use self-tappers for now. We'll have a new tool on the way tomorrow. But I mean, everything's pretty tucked, pretty tight. It's really nice, so it's got good curves. It works. All right, guys, thanks for watching today's episode. But before you go, in honor of making 1,000 subscribers, we're actually going to give back to you guys for helping us reach that goal.
One lucky subscriber will be receiving 2 D&A Performance hats and a $25 gift card to either Jegs or Summit to help you guys out with your projects. To enter for the raffle, guys, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe to our channel, and comment down below in this video or any videos within 30 days of this submission date.
So when this video posts, you got 30 days to enter your submission, and one lucky winner will win both hats and that gift card. So thank you guys for helping us reach our goal. Now we're going to give back to you.